Peace, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Ayoka, better known as the Oracle G. And guess what? I'm getting ready to bring you a twin flame reading, right? But it's going to be a little spicy, okay? So bear with me because I'm doing a spread. And I want you guys to use discernment as you're viewing this video. Also, remember, every twin is on a different stage of their journey. So you're going to take what you need and leave what you don't need. Another thing, I do this for entertainment purposes only, okay? These are collective messages. If you want to get your own personal reading, you can reach out to me via my website or you could inbox me, okay? If you want to get any type of twin flame coaching, divine feminine courses, you can also inbox me. I do free consultations, okay? I also have readings that are $1 a minute, all right? So it's affordable, okay? And I'm here to serve. Now, let's get started. All right, so this is gonna be good because this is not your average love, okay? What y'all got is it's cosmic. It's cosmic alignment, okay? So let's see what is it that divine masculine can't stop thinking about when it comes to divine feminine? What is it that divine masculine can't stop thinking about when it comes to divine feminine? The Emperor reverse. What is it that divine feminine can't stop thinking about when it comes to divine masculine? The Wheel of Fortune upright. What desire or fantasy is looping around in divine masculine's mind when it comes to divine feminine? Page of Wands. Sorry. Oops. I lost the spread. Hold on, y'all. What is divine feminine secretly longing for? The Ten of Swords came out in the reverse position. Okay. Put these two together so I won't get confused. Two. All right. And the third one is the magnetic tension between divine masculine and divine feminine right now. Queen of Wands reverse. It's 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Got it. Put this over here. So what is the energy building beneath the surface? Passion, frustration, obsession. 9 of Wands reverse. How do they want to connect but haven't said it out loud? What's the unspoken urge? Ow. 3 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles reverse. All right. What's blocking the full burn? The 9 of Cups reverse.
It just popped up balloons.
Okay. What's the nighttime truth? What their higher self confesses when the world is quiet and they're thinking of divine feminine. The Sun. The erotic soul key. What part of divine feminine sacred sensuality wants to be unlocked to bring this into union? The 6 of Wands. A lot of wands on this deck in this spread. All right, so what's a message from divine masculine's body to divine feminine's? How does that body remember divine feminine? Damn, card fell on the floor. Hold on one second. Okay, so the card that rudely fell on the floor was the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, now I'm gonna break this down. All right, so bear with me, because this is kind of, that's all I'm gonna say. So, card number one, what they can't stop thinking about. All right, so I got the Emperor in reverse, right? I'm pulling out my clarifiers, y'all, my bad. I got the Emperor in reverse, and the Page of Wands came out, you know, in the reverse position too. As you can see, this may be a part 2 video, so stay tuned. All right, so it's like he's trying not to think about you, but failing heavily. Okay, so the Divine Masculine is low-key unraveling under the pressure of wanting you, but not knowing how to lead you. And that's why that Emperor came out in the reverse. All right, it's like his structure is cracking. His ego can't hold the fantasy back. And that's just basically what it is. You know, like, they want to step up. But I definitely get it, because they don't know how to lead Divine Feminine. Okay, so that's the part that they're trying to figure out, how to be the Emperor in Divine Feminine's life. And it's like they want to text. They do. They want to text, they want to taste, they want to explore you like you're an uncharted spark, okay? But they're still figuring out how to own that feeling without feeling weak. Okay, definitely turned on by you, but again, it's a little bit too much for them because they don't know how to translate that feeling. Okay, sorry, that's the little baby. And what I'm getting is like the masculine is scared to admit that they want to be led by you. It scares them, because then that means that they have to relinquish their power or their control. Okay, so they're still kind of thinking from their lower self here. So let's see. I'm gonna pull more into it. Hold on one second. So what Divine Feminine is secretly yearning for is the Wheel of Fortune. And so that's straight to the point, right? You are just ready for things to get better. Okay, not what you're secretly yearning for, my bad. It's what you can't stop thinking about. Okay, and it's like you want things to get better. You ready for the wheel to turn. All right, and it hasn't been. It seemed like it gets good, then it gets bad, and then it, you know, divine timing kicks in again, and then you back in this karmic loop. So you're ready to get on the right side of the wheel, basically. All right, so it's like, when is this gonna align or work in my favor? So that's why Spirit is recalibrating Divine Masculine and also working with Divine Feminine, so that you guys can get back into alignment. All right, so it's going to take you two to align with self first for this to be able to happen. Okay, so that's that soul work that's taking place right now. And this is why majority of the collective may be like on a pause. Like, you can't move, you can't pass go, you can't do nothing. The only thing you can do is sit, rest, you know, sit, rest, and think, go within. All right, but with this Ten of Swords coming out in the reverse position, what I'm seeing with this is like, you're done. You are so done with carrying that old pain. Okay, you're done with, you know, you want to end the silence, or you have this ache to heal. You want to rise from all of this. Like, you're tired of this. And even if it means you moving forward, you're now understanding, like, I gotta move forward, I gotta keep going with my life, you know. And it's no, we ain't supposed to wait. So you already know that we're not supposed to wait, no matter how much passion, no matter how much chemistry that it is between you and Divine Masculine. Okay, the purpose of this connection is so that you guys can rise from this. Okay, so that you can heal, evolve, grow, all of those things. All right, so Divine Feminine doesn't want surface passion, and what you guys want is really something that's more soul deep. Okay, this is renewal. You want that soul level kind of love. All right, and it's not even really just for Divine Masculine. It's to be met in your pain and still chosen. Okay, fam, so this is part 2 of the video. Go back to part 1 to catch up. Now I'm just going to jump right on into this reading. We left off at card 3, and it spoke about the magnetic tension between you and divine masculine. And so I got the Queen of Wands coming out in the reverse, right? That's very interesting. But when I look at that, it's like it's a tug of war. So that's how I'm feeling between desires and doubt. Okay, you both feel the pull, but the feminine may be questioning like her worth or resisting her own magnetism. Okay, I feel like jealousy and power could play a major role in this. Okay, so this energy right here needs to be, look, it needs to be dissolved. But what I'm feeling like, again, heavily, like the feminines have to stop questioning their worth. Okay, and the magnetism. It's like when it comes down to divine feminine feeling, you know, appealing or sexy or whatever it is, right? You got to be able to own that again. Okay. And it seems like the hidden pride behind all of this is what's dimming what should be like very magnetic.
It's
Okay.
melting.
It's a lot to this, but this is more about you stepping into your power without apology. Your radiance is so attractive. So it's like as you are doing that, more and more you just become the Queen of Wands, right? She's amazing. She's beautiful. Like, you know, everybody sees this person. And the more and more you own that power and you own your femininity and you own, you know, your who you are. You understand? You accept your body, you accept, you know, your flaws, you accept all of these things about yourself, and you really tap into that side of you. That's when the attraction really starts to come through, right? Because you're loving yourself more. Okay. And I think I did a spread, but no, I created a spread the other day about that. So I'll actually share it on my page so you guys can see it. Okay. And if you want to get that spread done for yourself, again, just hit me up on my inbox. Of course, it's a fee, but yeah, it'll help you literally tap into that intimate part of you. Okay. Yeah, so step in your power without apology. Okay. Now, when it comes down to I'm trying to think. Don't give up. Like, stay resilient. Because yeah, it's been a battle. It's been an uphill battle. Like I said, it's like a tug of war going on, right? With this 9 of Wands coming in the reverse. But again, this is about you standing your ground. Okay, stand your ground, step into your power. That's just it. That's the message for divine feminine. You know, it ain't no more or less to that. When it comes to card 4, how divine masculine wants to connect but hasn't said it out loud. And we got the 3 of Swords reversed and the 10 of Pentacles coming in the upright position. All right, so let me place these cards in front of me because I like to examine them. When I look at this, it's like divine masculine wants the intimacy, not just the ecstasy. It's like they want to repair the ache. Maybe even rewrite the story. It's like this thing, it's like when it comes to the story of love and legacy with this 10 of Pentacles, it's like they want to rewrite that and what it looks like to them. And I've been getting this intuitive download about divine feminine now, thinking about what like love is or relationships is, you know, but from a different angle. Is not going to be traditional. Okay, so you're being asked to look at these things in a non-traditional way. All right, because with you and divine masculine is not traditional. Okay, so and I feel like once divine feminine begins to get that together, then guess what? Divine masculine begins rewriting their story. Okay, there is fear that it won't work, that and the fear more is like they won't be able to provide that stability. Okay, or that the dream is already broken. It's like one of these things, like if I open my heart again, will divine feminine still be there? Will I still be enough? And divine feminine is asking the same question. You know, if I open my heart again, yeah. So it's a lot of mirroring energy taking place between you two. Will I still be enough? That's why you got to come from the Queen of Wands reverse into the Queen of Wands upright. Even if it's not you, you know, being with your divine masculine, if that's what you choose. Okay. What's blocking the full burn? Let's see. I got the Nine of Cups in the reverse. And that's like a lot of disappointment. So one or both of you are trying to fill a soul hunger with surface level satisfaction. And it just can't be done like that. You hear that? Like a soul hunger. Like everything that's done within the twin flame dynamic has to be done on a soul level. It's nothing 3D about it. It's nothing superficial about it. Everything has to be done on a soul level, especially between the twins. Okay. The wish has already been made, but it hasn't been fully received. And that's because this inner emotional cup is still leaking. It's still a crack. Wow. You can't fake fulfillment. And so, like I said, this is on a soul level. Divine feminine, your soul wants a real thing. You want something deep. You want something devotional. Like, this is not something you can't fake, you know? You did? Good job. And so with the Sun card coming out in the upright position now, when it comes to their higher self, you know, nighttime confession, like that's that joy, that's that happiness. It's like when the world is quiet, they know it's you. They know you are the warmth, the joy, the clarity. Even if they can't say it, you are their light, right? You are the sun in their life. You make them feel alive in ways they never understood until they lost the actual warmth, right? So when divine feminine withdraws that energy, then they realize, like, wait a minute, it's an empty space here, you know? But you are the light, and so they see you, and that's why you have to shine bright, divine feminine, so masculine can see you in the darkness, okay? Card 7 was, oh yeah, the 7 of Wands. Coming out in the upright, and that's about victory, baby, right? Let me see. Was that card 7? Yeah, card 7 was about the victory, right? And the Queen of Pentacles was the card about it was the bonus card. Hold on one second. And see, like I told you with this Queen of Wands energy, you gotta step into your power, because that is like, let me show you, I gotta show you her again.
Where are the chips?
Your power, it's in being seen. Not just looked at, but witnessed, celebrated, desired out loud, okay? This is victory through visibility. That's just what it is, right? The 6 of Wands. That's about you being seen. And people like applauding you, right? Because they see you. This that kind of confidence that says, yes, I know I'm fire. Yes, I expect to, you know, I expect you to rise to meet me. Okay, right where I'm at. Like, because I'm fire. I'm good. I know my worth. I know, you know, what I bring to the table, whatever, right? And that requires whoever to what? Rise up and meet you where you're at. And not you, right, you know, going down to where they're at. That's not how it works, okay? You can't, so... It's like, what I'm hearing is like, it's one of these things where, and you probably get it, it's not ego, okay? It's not ego, it's embodiment, okay? So just know that, right? It's not saying, you know, I'm the shit, I'm, you know, I was getting ready to say something that I don't need to say because I may cut my video, but you the divine feminine. Your soul remembers what it feels like to be worshipped, okay? Your erotic essence, it becomes magnetic when you what? You step into your power and you just like, you all in the limelight, Queen of Wands. All out there, okay? This is what becomes magnetic when you stop second guessing it and stop second guessing yourself. All right, so look, stay tuned for part 3. And last but not least, y'all, part 3. Go back to part 1 and 2 to catch up. Let me tell you, this is definitely a very spicy reading, okay? Very informative. So definitely check that out. Divine Feminines, Divine Masculines, whoever's tuned in, go back and listen up. Like, really listen. You need to have your spiritual ears on with this one, because it's going to help you to literally rise up and ascend to this next level, okay? Now, with the very last card, it was the bonus card, right? So it's what their body remembers about yours. And I got the Queen of Pentacles reverse. And I know you like, what? Right? But they remember your softness, your warmth. They remember your giving nature. But they also remember taking too much. So that's what it means, okay? Devaluing your worth. Because you got a big old pentacle, Divine Feminine. Look at that. You want to give that whole pentacle to Divine Masculine, but they weren't in the energy of being ready to receive something that large. Okay? So you see the process. It's like, I know you mad, or you know, or you was mad, or you got some type of, feelings about what may have taken place. But you got to remember what frequency Divine Masculine was operating on. So when you're dealing with an unhealed, unawakened masculine, guess what? They're going to take. When you're dealing with an unhealed Divine Feminine, guess what? She's going to overgive. Or he's going to overgive. Okay? There's no balance. So this is why, like I said, you got to go back to part 1 and 2 and really watch that, right? Because it's powerful. It's going to help activate you. Okay? Their body misses you. It's not just physical, but it's the energy that is being held by someone who made them feel safe and desire all at once. Like you did that, right? You like I said, very caring, very nurturing. You were the one that really made Divine Masculine Chaos feel like it was calm. All right, so you brought that calmness. And, unfortunately, again, because they were in the wrong frequency, they took that calmness and they took it for granted, one. And they may was feeding off of it. Your energy alone, that positive energy. Again, look, I ain't gonna say they probably were, showing up just for that energy, just for that feeling, not knowing what it was. Okay, so but once the masculine awakens and they begin to remember, this is what it was. This is why, this is why Divine Feminine is always on my mind, right? Because this is home. All right, so this is home base, right? Because y'all share the same soul. So that's where the connection comes in at. Right, Ten of Swords in reverse. Like, you both are feeling the same thing. You're ready to rise up from this pain, from these deep wounds. You're ready to heal, right? This is the same card that came out for Divine Feminine in part 1. Okay, so anything else? Yep, the Fool. And it's like a lot of this it feels like Divine Feminine's energy here with the Fool. Like I said, it's like you're ready to move forward. You don't even care about I can see the possibilities. I don't even know where I'm going. 333 on the timer. But I know I'm going away from the old cycles. I know I'm not doing that no more, right? So you're walking forward with this blind faith. And you're optimistic about it. You're trusting in life. And that's what you are supposed to do, Divine Feminine. You're not supposed to turn around and look back. Because remember, Divine Masculine has to rise up to meet you where you're at, okay? Divine Masculine will be right there beside you as you keep moving and looking forward, and you're always choosing yourself. When you show up for you first, bam. Okay, you get it? When you choose yourself, like your power is being seen. So when you're putting yourself out there, you're putting yourself in the spotlight, you're helping, you're leading, you're doing all of these things. This is you showing up. This is you saying, this is me. And I want the world to know, like, this is what I have. These are my gifts. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? This is how I can help, whatever that may be, right? Bam, being mirrored back to your twin, right? Because you guys operate from that soul connection. You share the same soul, okay? 444 on the timer. All right, so I want to pull a Divine Feminine card really quick. I actually made 2 decks. I'm just in the process of trying to figure out how I'm going to get them printed. That's why I haven't put them out for retail just as of yet. But yeah, let me tell you, it's the Soul Union Code cards that I have, and then the other ones are a goddess type card. Okay, just like this, but it's embodying some really, really, really amazing goddesses. So let's see. Oh, that's the one that wanted to come out. The Mashid, the diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. Okay. Remember what I said in part 2? It's like you are the light. No, the 2 cards that fell on the floor. The divine feminine, the cosmic egg, and then the mystic of peace. I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of ever expanding love. Okay. You are the light in the darkness, right? Especially with divine masculine. So they're in the dark, and your light is what leads them through. Let me look this up real quick. 125. So this goddess takes the dark and transmutes it into only more light. Wow. So from this goddess perspective, as an enlightened female, she knew that the difference between a god and a demon had to do with our reaction to them. Those who cause us pain, she explained, also teaches us patience, whereas those who bring gifts can distract us from our spiritual paths. No one in no single situation has the power to derail us. That is unless we let it. The power rests within us. The spiritual path for this goddess was to become intimate with her inner demons, those thoughts or beliefs that kept her from experiencing joy, bliss, and pure love. The darkness within us isn't actually dark. It often feels threatening because some aspects of our intuition know that when we face it, we will reclaim a lost part of our souls. We will heal, we will become more whole, and that ironically can be terrifying. We get so used to functioning with only one wing. We wonder, how can I fly now with 2? I'll go too far, I'll go too high. Who will I become now that I'm free? And who will I lose in the elevation of my soul? This goddess is here to support us in seeing what's ready to come to consciousness. She's here with her diamond heart to hold us as we feed one of our demons, not with fear, but with the knowledge that is bringing it to life and into the light will help set us free. So, meditate on this. I'm leading this with y'all. Is there an ego belief that you are ready to see and release within yourself? Okay? See the light in the darkness and face your ego beliefs to feel free. Right? So what are those beliefs about yourself that's making you feel like, hey, what's keeping you from really stepping into your power and shining? Remember, because you are supposed to be seen in public, not just in the shadows. All right, y'all. Don't forget, hit the like button. Again, if you're feeling this message, drop a blue heart. I love you guys. Peace out.